Hello there, my name is Malika and I love to talk about movies, and today I'm very excited to talk about a movie which was just released in 2025 called Together. This movie stars Dave Franco and Allison Brie, and it's about a couple who is going through a lot of emotional things. So it makes it extra cool that those two are a real life couple. I always find it cool and an extra added element when you have a lot of chemistry between the two main characters because you can really feel the emotions that they're portraying. I just feel like the movie's better that way. And because this movie is very, very heavy on emotions and not in like a boo-hoo kind of way, it is a horror movie. It really adds a lot to this movie. So this couple was already kind of going through some things. He started to propose to her at a party and she didn't say anything. She was kind of taken off guard. And then she was like, oh no, I really do. But the moment was kind of awkward. So they ended up not getting engaged. And then right after that, they moved very far away from their family and friends. So they're kind of isolated in a way when they're going through this turmoil in their relationship. They go on this walk in these woods that are near their house and they fall into a hole. And this is kind of where the movie really begins because they're seeing some kind of weird things inside this cave is what it looks like. In particular, there's this bell that they keep showing, so it's clear that this was some sort of structure at one time. Now that evening, they couldn't crawl out, and one of the things that they find is this pool of water, and Dave Franco drinks out of it. I actually cannot remember the names of these characters in the movie, so apologies. I'm going to be calling them Dave and Allison. Now, what makes this kind of wild is at the very beginning of this movie, there was a scene where people were searching for somebody, and there was these two dogs in that very cave in front of this, it's kind of a weird hole in the ground that's got some water in it, and it's very bizarre looking. There's a bunch of veiny vines going through there, and these two dogs drink out of it, and there's a very creepy scene where the two dogs are kind of one, but there's still two dogs there. That opening scene was pretty wild, and then he drinks out of it. So as you can imagine, some weird things are going to happen. Now, they do fall asleep in this cage, and when they wake up, he is feeling very strange, and their legs were touching through the night, and they're kind of stuck together in the morning. So they're having to kind of rip their skin to get off of each other. And that was a cool special effects thing. In fact, the whole movie does a lot of cool special effects. But they're able to climb out of the cave. Why weren't they able to climb out of the cave the night before? Who knows? But they were able to climb out in the morning and go back home. But things are not normal. He's a musician and she's a teacher, and he's feeling all these weird things. He's oddly attracted to her, as in a telepathic way. So she's driving to work and he goes through this thing where he's kind of moving with the car, but he's at home. It's a very weird thing. He's really connected to her in a very odd way. Now, she didn't drink that water, so she's not feeling the same things. And this ends up causing a lot of rifts between them because he's like super connected to her and she's like, what's happening? But he's also acting weird and totally out of character, and they're still going through that odd phase where they're not sure if they want to stay together or if they want to get married, if they love each other, if they need to be apart. So there's a lot of emotions going on, but it's all in this scary, creepy way. Now, while they're going through all this, Allison, again, I cannot remember their names from in the movie, she gets close with another teacher at the school, this male teacher, and there's a little bit of jealousy in there. And because of this jealousy, Dave ends up going to the school. Now, it was also because of this weird urge to just be around her, be together. He can't help but be drawn to her, and literally his body is being pulled towards her. They end up doing some things in the bathroom that they shouldn't be doing, and things are just awkward and weird between them when he is the only one that feels this way. But in doing those weird things in the bathroom, of course, he, put some of his togetherness inside her, and there was a wild scene where he couldn't get out. They were stuck together in this bathroom in the school, and he couldn't get it out. And she literally rips it out of her because the teacher that she had gotten close with caught them in there. That was a wild scene. Another wild scene was she woke up and she was hearing this strange noise. She rolls over and her hair is all the way down his throat. He's just kind of like eating her hair. There are so many weird, crazy, creepy scenes in this movie. I do recommend it. I really enjoyed it. So anyways, now she's got the stuff inside her, the crazy magic juice, whatever it is, and she is feeling desperately like she wants to be close to him. And that's when this wild scene happens where he's sleeping on the couch, she's sleeping in the bed, and they literally have their bodies being pulled towards each other, even though they're trying to stop it from happening. Their hands go together and they're melding together into one arm. It's wild looking. Now they stop this by taking some pharmaceutical medications and knocking themselves out so that their bodies can't be alert, so that they can't keep trying to be together. She ends up sawing their arms apart so that they can get away from each other. She runs to this other teacher's house to start telling him what's going on, and that's when she finds out this person knows what's going on. They start talking about a church, and that's what that cave was. It was a weird, culty church, and the church knows about this water that has some strange alien substance in it, and they want to be together with their couples. They believe it's fate. He actually quoted Plato talking about a Greek myth where people used to have 4 legs, but Zeus split us apart because he thought that we were too powerful. And that's why people are constantly searching for their other half. And that's kind of what that church feels like they are supposed to be one with their partner. And this guy, the other teacher, wants her and her partner, Dave, to be together in this way. Of course, she's freaking out. She doesn't want this. She's not even sure if they want to be together or if they need to be married or what they want. Now, at the same time she's at the teacher's house, Dave goes back to the hole to kind of examine things. And at the beginning of the movie, remember I said they were searching for some people. They were searching for a couple. And he finds this couple in the cave, and they are totally merged. Not totally merged. They're kind of almost all the way merged together. There's 2 weird faces with weird mouths and 4. It was crazy looking. And he finally sees what's on the wall, that these merged people are on the wall, and everything is very weird. And he realizes that something strange is going on as well. So she's finding things out, and he's finding things out at the same time. Also, this teacher who was part of the church also says to her that it's the ultimate intimacy in divine flesh, to be completely together, to be 2 people that turns into one. And the kind of slogan of this church is, "We who become whole." That's not something I want to do. I'd much rather have 2 separate people that just love each other, not the same person that knows everything and thinks the same things. Weird. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire ending because it was wild. They literally went through a scene where their bodies were being forced together. They couldn't even stop the movement of their bodies going together. But I will say, in the end, they decide, you know what? I love you. I want to do this. And they literally hug each other and kiss. And the very, very ending scene is her parents come to the house. They open the door, and it's literally, all you can see is the face, and it's a perfect mix between Dave and Allison. And even when she speaks like, "Hi," or whatever they said, it sounds like both of them. So strange, so weird, but I thought it was unique. Very, very unique. However, there was some controversy about this movie. They're saying that they plagiarized this movie because apparently a while ago another movie came out about a couple who's very codependent and who just can't not be together, and they end up, melting together like they do in this movie. So there's definitely some similarities there. I hope it wasn't just a copy, although I wouldn't put it past people. For whatever reason, the Gen Z and young Gen X just seem to want to copy all the old movies. That's what it seems like to me. Although there are some good ones, like Nobody 2, which I just watched last night, and I am going to be doing a movie chat on that one as well. Now, you may like Together. you may not like Together. But I do hope you enjoy these Movie Chat Mondays with me, Malika.